Hey, it's Dorleen. Welcome to my creative life. Today I am going to be creating a one-page layout. This is for the Tomcat Strut Year 3. If you are a subscriber of mine, then you know I've done 1 and 2 already. So basically this is a virtual marathon that my family does in honor of one of my nephews. So this video is a good indicator on when you have themed scrapbooking paper, it doesn't always necessarily have to be that theme. So I was going through my craft room and kind of destashing. I knew I wasn't going to do anything nautical, but then it dawned on me, the theme or the color scheme for our strut this year was blue and gold, and lo and behold, this paper had a lot of blue and gold. So with that and some marathon paper, I decided to use this for this year's Tomcat Strut. So this is the sketch that I'm using, and I got this from Sketch and Scrap, and I'll have a link to their information below, where basically it's just one big piece of 12 by 12, and then it looks like an 8 by 8 or 9 by 9 kind of floating there, and then one photo. So I, of course, veered a lot from the sketch. I'm not even sure if you could tell it's the same sketches or this layout is from that sketch. But I wanted to use this calendar paper because we do the strut in the month of November. So I thought it would be kind of cool to just do a calendar, basically nothing very specific, just kind of as a background. So I cut that down as far as I could. And then I decided to gut this yellow paper. So in order to gut, you have to have pretty thick paper. And so, which I did here, which is perfect. And basically I just did 2 inches around inside the square, not going edge by edge, but actually inside. And having a cutter like this really does help for that. You just basically pick up and place the blade. So then you can see once I apply adhesive all around the edges of the matte paper, the white paper that I'm doing right now, and then you just place it on the gutted piece of cardstock, so you get to save that middle piece. So this is perfect if you have the pattern paper that you don't have much of, or like I said, in this case, I wanted to use more of that yellow. Why waste it? It's going to be covered. So that is a great way to use paper if you are kind of hoarding onto something. So I decided for that photo I was going to create a mat. Now I was just kind of guessing on the size, which you can see there, that is way too big. It's covering a lot of it. So I just kept on cutting and cutting and cutting. And this piece of blue paper is from a completely different paper line, because I did go through my stash and pull out more blues and yellows that I thought would go with this. If you notice, that's really like kind of a distressed, almost black or bluish gray, I don't know how to describe it, color. So as I'm putting it on there, I'm thinking, okay, that works. I'm going to somehow use the embellishments that came with this pack. Again, a lot of it's very nautical, so I'm not going to use a lot of it, but I like the word on the go because that is definitely what we're doing while we're here in November. So I decided to use that as kind of the main title. I'm using my T-square ruler to make sure I put it on straight. If you know me, even with the ruler, it's never straight, but I'm going to say straight-ish. And then I just put those right on there. They're kind of like a fabric sticker. They're actually pretty cool, the whole set. I don't know I know why I never used it, because in my mind I needed to have a nautical theme, and that's not my jam mostly of the time. But anyhow, so I'm looking at this and I'm going, do I really like that blue? I really don't. So I grabbed some striped paper that I also grabbed from my stash, adhered that together. I'm going to adhere it together. And because I didn't really want to waste that darker gray, solid gray, I decided to mat the striped paper on that and then the photo on top of the striped. So I'm sitting there and I'm doing that. And you'll see in a minute, I'm still kind of like, ugh, I don't know if I really like that paper. So I peel it off, and I'm not sure if I'll use it later. I'm not even too worried about it because it was in my, my stash that I've had forever. But I'm going to keep it to the side for now. But I grabbed this solid blue, and the solid blue is from CutCardStock, and I'll have a link below for their stuff. Oh, I forgot to mention, this kit is from Close to My Heart, and it's called Tommy. I don't even know what Tommy means. Maybe it's a nautical term. I don't know. But, they're no longer in business. Plus, this is an old collection, so I don't even know if you'd be able to find it. But it is really, really pretty. So I went ahead and went to my Cricut, and I wanted to make a large title. So really the sketch, if you paid attention, you can go back and look. It had the title on that bottom left, and then in the between up above that and to the left of the photo is just like a cluster of, flowers or whatever you're going to do. Well, I decided to do a large title because this is like the introduction layout of year 3 Tomcat Strut. So, we're I didn't need a lot of extras, I guess, to it. But I wasn't sure what to do because I had already put on the go. So I was thinking, okay, what am I going to say? So I just kind of grabbed a bunch of different fonts, different images in Cricut Design Space to come up with the November all day, every day on the go. I thought, okay, that works. Normally I try to incorporate the word strut, but I figured that kind of worked well. As you can see, that November word I cut that out of the scrap of yellow that I cut out. Remember when I gutted that paper? I also cut out some of these little walking men and some tennis shoes, and I think that's it for this time. Now, those were already in my file because I've been using these little walking men in all of my strut layouts because it works out perfect. There's not a whole lot of walking images in Cricut Design Space, but that's okay. It worked out fine. So basically, once I got the places where I wanted to put the letters and the little walking man, I just grabbed some liquid adhesive and I adhere those straight down. I decided to fancy up some of the letters, so I grabbed a yellow marker and just kind of darkened up the lower half of November. What I didn't show is I also put some white marks on the everyday. You can see little lines and dots there. And I'll show you a close-up in just a minute, but I really like the way that really just kind of changed the dynamics of the letters. It wasn't just like boring, flat, straight on there. And this is so super easy, like no talent necessary. And I'm just grabbing a black pen, putting some dots. Again, you'll see a close-up in just a second, but nothing fancy, just something, just a little extra something, right? Look at that, so fun. And this is basically it, folks. There it is, I'll get it out, and it's going to be perfect as the introduction page. I ended up putting some tennis shoes over there on that right-hand corner with a little heart, and that's it, folks. Hope you like this. If you do, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you hit subscribe. And I do post 2 videos a week. One's always scrapbooking, and the other is whatever it is I'm creating in the command center. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.